true capitalist radio. I'm the badass of business and the prognosticator of prognosticators. Give CIA levels of assessments, predicting the future, the future, the future. It's time for true capitalist radio. Turn that shit up. It's time for true capitalist radio. Turn that shit up. Sparking synapses in the internet underground. Everyone knows who I am. The world is my chessboard and war is the tool of the game. Don't hate me, I'm just a messenger. Say what you want about me, but I speak the truth. The truth, the truth. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's time for true capitalist radio. Turn that shit up. It's time for true capitalist radio. Turn that shit up. Now get ready. True capitalist radio starts now. Right now. Fucking punks. Fucking punks. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fucking punks.
What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
They're
and
eating
boy,
the cats.
I got a lot to talk about today. And thank you to Tario for the buy me a beer. But I just want to remind everybody this is episode number 750 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to ask everybody to please spread this show across the internets and throughout the world. And let everybody you know, let them all know that the True Capitalist Radio broadcast is in effect and in the house. Once again, episode number 750, episode 750. And it is June 5th. All right, June 5th, 2025, and by God, folks, I mean, was today the day? All right, I mean, I had a completely different show lined up for us, but by God, the war between Elon Musk and Donald Trump has erupted, and if you haven't seen it, if you don't know about it yet, well, we're going to go over it. I'll tell you that right goddamn now. Boy, not only did everything that I ever say back in 2024, which you can look back in the archive, whether it's on Rumble or on YouTube, all right, not only did everything I say in 2024 get validated, it got vindicated, baby. And that's why they call this man the prognosticator of prognosticators, baby, all right? Now, before we get into anything, I want to acknowledge cheers to Chons over there at Rumble, who hooked it up with 10 subs. Cheers to you, dude. Thank you very much. And, hey, happy pre-Friday, or Friday Eve, or whatever they call it, whatever they call Thursdays now, man. Cheers to Chons, man. 10 gifted subs over there at Rumble. And then we got Belligerent Brian. Hi, Dad. I hope the show goes as well as deserved. Cheers, baby, cheers. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I mean, weren't you one of these pro-Trumpers out here? Huh? Where are all the pro-Trumpers now? All the idiots that were out there saying, oh, Ghost, you're a Democrat. Oh, Ghost, you're a Democrat. Where are you idiots now? That's right. You're sitting on your goddamn thumbs, shutting your fucking pie holes. And excuse my French this early in the broadcast. And we got Devious Dave. I'm back from the U.S. from Ireland. They have weed vending machines at the Atlanta airport. Oh, that's great. That's just great. And let me acknowledge Ditario, who hooked it up with a buy me a coffee, buy me a beer, whatever. Does anyone notice that weird smell is gone? Guess it was never mind. Anyway, happy Bathhouse Thursday. All right, let's not get into that, all right? Let's not get into that. And belligerent Brian all of a sudden with another Rumble rant saying, I never really cared about Trump. We got our own shit. We got our own shit in the UK. Yeah, that's why you were arguing for him in the 2024. It's in the archive, you piece of shit. Froppy, 6 months, like I claimed, Frognosticator of Frognosticator, Coombs again. Thank you for the buy me a beer. Anyway, let's go ahead and hook this up, all right? Put the PC shot on. Let's talk about the markets before we start talking about all this Elon Musk, Donald Trump war. Now, I have been saying in the Inner Circle, I've been saying in the True Capitalist Radio member chat, stay away from this market. I don't give a shit if it's the stock market or the cryptocurrency market. All right? This is a pump and dump market. I mean, this is an irrational market, folks, and it is completely risky to be putting or risking any of your capital in this market. I mean, it's a reactionary market based upon whether or not Trump has a good call with China, or whether or not Trump is going to tariff these people, or whether Trump is going to extend the tariff deadline. Or it's garbage. This is not how our markets are supposed to work. It's not how our markets are supposed to work. And folks, what did I say about Trump throughout 2024? Throughout the whole campaign? I said Trump is sounding a lot more like a communist than he is a capitalist. If you go back in the archive, I have a show, a True Capitalist radio show titled Maga Communism. And by God, the prognosticator of prognosticators strikes again. Because take a look at this. Trump, the central planner. And what is central planning, folks? It's communism, it's socialism, whatever you want to call it. It is central planning. And that's exactly what Trump is doing. Now, is he central planning in the favor of the general American public? No, of course he isn't. All right, who is he central planning in favor of? All the folks that are in his inner circle, okay, no pun intended, all the folks that are his lackeys, all the people that are in the government, in my opinion, like the Hegseths and the Bondis and the Patels. I mean, I'm sure they're very getting enriched in some capacity on top of getting the power. But by God, the president enriching himself. The president enriching himself is really what is central planning out here. I mean, take a look at this. As Trump monetizes presidency, profits outstrip protests. I mean, lest we forget, he just took that Middle Eastern trip and got the big-ass plane from Qatar, criticized any kind of payments that the Clintons took during the 2016 campaign, and said that if he was to do it, it would be quid pro quo. But now, you know, it's I don't know what the hell Trump is doing. And as a matter of fact, this is probably why Elon Musk, well, there's many reasons. I'll tell you the main reason in a minute, but Trump is obviously off his gourd. I mean, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's like many people who worked in his first administration said. He literally says whatever was the last person that was in his ear told him. You know, that's literally what he does. That's why the alert, whenever you do a buy me a coffee, is eat the cat, eat the cat. And who was the last one in his ear when he said that in the 2024 debate? Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer. Okay? So once again, Trump, being the central planner that he is he central planning something to make America great again? No. You know it. You can't lie. You can't deny it. You're paying more for everything, even though Trump ran on the fact that Biden was supposedly causing all this inflation, which in reality, it was all the money that was printed during his administration, during that COVID debacle. But let's not digress, all right? So anyway, that's where we're at right now when it comes to the market. The market is dependent on whether the hell Trump is going to extend some tariffs, whether he's going to assert tariffs, whether he's going to do this or do that. And that's not how a market is supposed to react. A market is supposed to react based upon profitability. A market is supposed to react based upon the company's trajectory or the company's discoveries or something of that capacity. Every top, what do they call it, the Big 10 or the Big 12 stocks in the stock market are hundreds times their earnings. All right. I mean, I don't know how high they can continue to get. I get it that most American people and most investors are idiots, and they have fallen for the proverbial meme, buy the dip, buy the dip. But that's not how the market is supposed to operate. The market is supposed to operate based upon the market's intrigue, based upon the developments of a given company. Whether the company is profitable, whether the company found a discovery, whether the company is buying out or being bought out, whether the company's merging. You know, these are things that are supposed to be the fundamentals of why people invest. And that's not why people are investing anymore. And now people are just playing this like it's a lottery, like it's a casino, and Trump is at the whim of it. Now, aside from him enriching him and his family, this Trump coin has now come into play once again, which I think now that we got all this war between Elon Musk and Trump, this is an opportunity for people to focus on to take Trump down. All right, because look, they're already calling for his impeachment, baby. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I want to introduce you to why this Musk versus Trump war is happening. Now, let's take a look at this here. Now, recently, Donnie Jr., which is probably trying to play damage control right now somewhere else on Rumble, Donnie Jr. was on CNBC, and they asked him about his father's Trump coin, his meme coin, and they criticized it and suggested that it was as bad as Hunter's art. And I would like for y'all to hear what the hell Donnie Jr. tried to say. And he basically stated that, hey, we saw that we were on top of a pyramid here in relations to crypto, basically admitting that it's a goddamn pyramid scheme. Put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. Don Jr. grilled by CNBC host about Trump meme coin as bad as Hunter's art.
Coin. Is that okay for your dad to have a meme
Listen
coin?
to this shit.
Listen, of course, when he did that before he was in office, he did these things. The reason we got into crypto, and we're all in on crypto, and we're doing American Bitcoin, and we have World Liberty Finance and USD1 was because there was a time, and probably I'd been on this show, where there was I could call any single banker in New York City. They'd pick up the phone. I'd be able to get a loan for whatever real estate project I was doing across the street. Then we got into politics, and all of a sudden, they wouldn't take your call. Right. You couldn't get financing. We were debanked. And what I realized, and my brother realized, because we were the recipients of every subpoena imaginable, was that, you know what, we were actually just the top of this sort of pyramid scheme that we didn't realize we were a part of, that the financial system...
We were at the part of this pyramid scheme that we didn't know we were a part of.
System was totally undemocratized because we had a certain balance sheet and whatever, we could kind of do whatever we wanted. The regular guy was messed up. Now we were all of a sudden in the shoes of the regular guy that wouldn't be able to take advantage of the markets. And we said, what's the solution for that? The answer is crypto. These decentralized platforms where you're not beholden to this, where you create...
Yeah, these CNBC people are like, yeah, whatever. All right, what about your father's meme coin in which he basically yoinked what was it, $40 billion or some shit estimates as it relates to this fucking rug pull? He's talking this mumbo jumbo about, oh, yeah, look at this. I'm all in on crypto. I'm all in on this. Let me tell you something. All this unscrupulous shit that is related to cryptocurrency, now that you've got this Elon Musk Trump war, all this is going to be under the scrutiny of judicial spotlight, if you want my opinion.
They're eating the cats.
And I think that there is a lot of fire here, all right? Yeah, thanks a lot, baby puncher. All right, play it.
Create efficiencies as a guy that did real estate. Why am I paying points in and out for title insurance that could be done on the blockchain? So we got into crypto not because it was like, hey, this is the next cool thing. We got into it out of necessity. We got into it because we understood just how quickly we could be turned off, even as an incredible developer from New York.
Yeah, we figured out, hey, all we could do is just shit out a meme coin or shit out a coin and have all our dupes who believe that we're saving America invest in it and yoink their fucking money, and they'll just claim that it's a patriotic thing like these fucking MAGA tards did, for heaven's sake.
New York City. I mean, I don't think anyone would argue that we didn't change the skyline of New York City. But that disappeared in an instant. I mean, we're getting sued by New York State AG, $500 million fees for paying back loans on time with interest. These aren't, fair markets. There's nothing egalitarian about any of that. So we actually, as innovators, as people who understand these things, we went all in on a concept that makes total sense because we'd actually been the recipient of how quickly that can be shut off. And so it actually makes total sense.
You got shut off because your businesses, with all due respect, y'all filed bankruptcies under various Trump names. Banks lost money, and when banks lose money, other banks are not going to want to lend you money, you jerk.
The Trump organization isn't doing anything with foreign countries. The first time around in the administration, we actually stopped doing all foreign deals. And unlike the Bidens, we were actually doing international business before we got into politics.
My question, though.
But let me finish. We stopped doing those things, and the market still said, oh, they're profiteering off of this, they're doing that. We got zero credit. We shut down hundreds of millions of dollars of business to voluntarily just say, just in case. So now what we're going to do, we're going to play by all of the rules. We're going to do what we're allowed to do. But we got zero credit for going so far above and beyond because, that's the nature of this beast, right? It's a market cycle. I get it. It's click-worthy. It's nonsense.
So let me ask you a question about the meme coin, okay? You may not believe this. I want your father and this White House to have all the credibility in the world. And invariably, people are always going to question whatever any president does. But one of the things that people do demonstrably question is they say this meme coin that your father has creates the opportunity for foreign adversaries, people in the U.S., anybody, if they want, to effectively funnel money to the president.
It's as bad as Hunter's art or the Clinton Foundation with her.
Yeah, it's as bad as Hunter's art or the Clinton Foundation, which is what Trump was very critical of throughout the 2016 campaign.
Getting back into the White House. It just seems like a way that greases the skids for influence.
So I think the meme coin, you don't know who's actually doing any of these things, right? So,
but that's one of the things that has people on edge.
But it's different because it's hard to influence if you don't actually know where the stuff's coming from, right? So I wasn't involved in the meme coin. I'm more focused on, obviously, the stable coin.
Throws his dad's meme coin under the bus. Did you hear that? I wasn't involved with the meme coin. I have no idea what. Bullshit. You see, all this is going to come back around to hunt the Trump family, if you want my opinion. All right? I mean, it should legitimately haunt the Trump family. And I think that there's a lot of things that could be prosecuted in relation to their business dealings with cryptocurrency here. All right, so that's just one thing. All right. The second thing hold on. Let's hear his response before I move on.
The Bitcoin mining, some of those things. But the reality is, I think a lot of these things in the meme coin.
You're not taking responsibility for the meme.
I'm just saying the reality of the meme coin is it's sort of a proof of concept that the crypto world understands exactly what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, you're not talking about any of that shit.
The markets may not necessarily be fair. The traditional banking system may not be fair to them. So it's a proof of concept of what I think we can move the needle in crypto. And I think that's going to be the future of finance. It's going to be the future of banking.
No, it isn't.
Without question, if we can accelerate that process by going all in on it,
I'm for it. From people in the crypto.
Look. We're in the age of AI now, and then we're pushing towards quantum computing. All right? We're headed into an arena of computing and science that's far beyond the cryptocurrency bullshit. All right? I mean, these quantum computers mixed with AI could crack these fucking things. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is the digital tulip. And it's sad because that's not what it was intended. The whole intention of Bitcoin was decentralization of a monetary system. And this has been the complete opposite. I mean, we got cryptocurrency trying to beg to be centralized and integrated into the monetary financial system that the creator, Satoshi, created it to be against.
Industry. I imagine some of your friends who have said that some of these coins and what's happening may undermine a little bit of what's happening because people are questioning it. Right?
I have not heard that from anyone, actually. What I hear from those people is like, thank you for doing this. You're giving us the legitimacy that we fought for so long. And this isn't just a conservative issue, Joe.
Look at this guy.
These are highly...
This guy is trying to sell it. He could barely, keep it in himself. The dupe and delight from this fucking asshole is it's just hard for him to keep in.
Libertarian people. This is actually one of those...
Thank you for rug pulling us.
Holders of, some sort of crypto, whether
Thank
it's Bitcoin,
you for rug pulling our asses.
Sol, whatever it may be. There's 50 million in America, and they're not all right-wing. These are people who just believe in freedom. They've seen what's happening, and they're looking for a corollary and a response.
Unbelievable. Anyway, let's move on from there. I'm just saying, going back to the markets, okay, this is why I led into all this stuff. That's why I've been suggesting to everybody in my inner circle and the True Capitalist Radio member chat, just save your money. Save your money and put some in gold and silver, because as we can see, gold and silver have been heading steadily higher amidst the uncertainty, and they will continue to do so, given the fact that we've got uncertainty everywhere. And now with the Musk and Trump war, it's even more uncertainty. All right, so look, the markets right now, if you take a look at the chart, it doesn't know what to do. Look at this. This is it makes no sense why this chart is doing this, outside of the reactionary response to the news of the administration. And that's not how markets operate. The market is supposed to operate independently outside government influence. And now we are dealing in a situation where the government is dictating the rhythm of the market. And I don't give a shit how you try to define it. That's communism and socialism, baby. But anyway, let me take a look at the markets here. Dow Jones Industrial down modestly today, 0.25%, closing out the Dow at 42,319.74 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. The S&P 500 is also down today, 0.53%, closing down the S&P 500 at 5,939.30 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. It is down today, 0.83 points, closing out the NASDAQ at 19,298.45 points for the NASDAQ composite. Now, before we get into anything else, I would like to remind everybody, tomorrow we are going to see the brunt end of all this Elon Musk, Trump fallout out here. So I wouldn't be suggesting anybody buying anything at all tomorrow other than saving your fucking cash, buying gold or silver, or I hate to say this, you may have to, go into some tariff plays. If you know that Trump is serious, and I don't know, it's almost like the lottery as well. But if Trump is serious on a lot of these tariffs, and we're getting less and less imports into our port systems, gathering and hoarding certain necessities, I hate to say this, is a potential for survival in the midst of the uncertainty of what's going on in our country. Now, look, let's take a look at the commodities here. I put the PC shot on. Now, even though we've got OPEC, raising production for a lot of different reasons, we talked about, they explained that they're upping the production to punish those in OPEC that don't oblige by the rules. A lot of people speculate it's something between Saudi Arabia and Russia. Others believe, like I've suggested, they're doing it for Trump because of all these cockamamie economic policies that he's doing, whatever. But even amidst that big production, because of the situation going on and the ever-evolving situation involved in Ukraine and Russia, crude oil has gone up weekly. Take a look at this. In the month, it's been up 6.96%, 3.71% for the week. Crude oil right now is at $63.20 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. Brent crude, which is the oil that's consumed by the rest of the world, it is also going up. It is up 4.87% on the month, 2.89% on the week. Current price for Brent crude is $65.20. Now, natural gas has come down, as we can see, because it's the summertime. You know, not too many people need natural gases for heating. Gasoline is up. It is up, 1.29% on the day, 3.75 for the month. All right, as you can see, everything else coming down in the other energy sectors. Let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals. Now, folks, I have suggested that even though gold is going up, people should start accumulating silver, especially for the little guy who doesn't have tens of thousands to be throwing on gold. All right? I mean, if you got a couple of grand and you want to hold on something physical, silver coinage, in my opinion, is the best way to hold value as it pertains to fiat currency. All right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm advising people to save money because money is going to be scarce. You're already seeing it being scarce. And as we heard earlier this week, the Federal Reserve is not lowering interest rates anytime soon. So silver, in my opinion, will give you more value for your dollar if you're a smaller investor. You know, I mean, gold, in my opinion, is going to be a safe bet if you happen to have the capacity to be able to put tens of thousands in gold. But silver, in my opinion, even at these prices right now, I think that they're a decent accumulation factor right now. If you take a look at silver, it is up 3.54% on the day, 7.27% on the week, and 7.80% on the month. So if you would have just started accumulating, you would have made money on this month. These are the only things that I'm suggesting to buy right here. Because, man, I mean, there is so much uncertainty. The last time I lived through this type of uncertainty was in the 70s. And we had a horrible fucking time during that decade. All right, but that's what keeps me a little optimistic. All right, but because what happened after the 70s was Reagan and the 80s. But let's not get into that, all right? But as you can see, metals going up because of the uncertainty. Now, remember, Trump touted that he was going to bring down prices, and I said that he was going to in the short term because producers are going to realize that, hey, these canceled contracts from China, these canceled contracts from the EU in response to the tariffs, they're going to have a lot of these commodities on hand, and they need to sell them. If not, they will rot. So I said in the short term, Trump was going to take credit for the short-term price reductions in commodities. But as you can see, as we get closer to the summer, these commodities are going up and up. All right? So as I stated in 24, if you vote for Trump, and he was serious, obviously he was serious, but I said back then, if he's serious about these tariffs, he's going to make inflation even worse. And that's exactly what's happened. I mean, take a look. All right, let's just take a look at this right here. This is for the day, week, and month. Okay, now, rubber's gone down 7.19% for the month. Coffee has gone down 10.46% for the month. But that's after a massive increase, dude. Coffee has been going up for the past couple of years. And it's because
they're eating the cats.
It's because it's America's drug. Hey, what's up to Trenchman, man? I'll read yours right after this, man. As you can see, though, everything else is going up steadily. The only thing that isn't is potatoes. And the reason that you have this potato price drop is because there is a massive plague that is plaguing American potatoes, believe it or not. And that kind of spiked the market because of it. But let me tell you, I like to garden, okay? And I like to grow my own potatoes. It's one of the easiest things to fucking grow. You can literally grow it in a box. All right. It's the easiest thing to grow. So this is why you're seeing this massive decrease. Look up the potato shortage that it was being written about all last couple of months. And now they realize, oh, yeah, you know what? Potatoes grow like it's no big deal. So you know what it is. Anyway, cacao now going back up. Cacao, of course, is the base for chocolate, and the only place that you can get it is the Ivory Coast of Africa. And it seems as if we still have political turmoil up there, and whenever there's any kind of political turmoil, you see the rise in cacao. So always remember that on a play. Rice is up 7.90% on the month, and this is because Japan is having a rice shortage, so much so that they have to tap into their rice silos to be able to offset the market prices over there, which is kind of destabilized rice in the world markets in general. So just trying to let you know what's going on here. And lumber this is a real interesting one because lumber should not be going up 12.45%, considering that you had Trump open up the fucking forest and shit to be deforested for lumber purposes. I mean, this price should be coming down. But, of course, that has a lot to do with the tariffs because it's like, okay, you can only cut so much lumber for American consumption. I mean, you would hope that other people in the international community would. But because of the tariffs and how Trump handled it, that's not happening. So that's why we're seeing an increase in lumber. And by God, folks, if you have gone to the supermarket, you know as well as I, to pay for a goddamn steak is ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. I just had me a porterhouse today. All right, I grilled outside. It was fucking 97 degrees or whatever the hell it was out here. But I'm from Texas. I can stand the heat. But by God, I had to drop like a fucking $27 bill for Choice. All right, it was a thick-ass cut, but Choice fucking porterhouse. $27, $30 for Choice. For fucking Choice. All right, not Angus, not fucking, Prime, none of that shit. Let's take a look at live cattle. All right, I mean, look at this. This price is never going down, is it? And by the way, we are at the lowest shortage of cattle in the past 30 years or some shit. All right, now why did that happen? Exactly why I explained it was going to happen last year. The tariffs, all right? The Chinese are not buying heads of cattle. They're not buying any of this fucking lean hog. They're not buying that shit in bulk anymore. So what are the fucking producers doing? They're producing
they're
and
eating the cats.
They're raising less cattle this year, and as a result, there's less cattle. There's less herd. The fucking price is going up. I mean, let's look at the 25-year. I have to buy more. I have to buy the shit. Hey, let's look at the 10-year. The 10-year. I mean, we're at all-time highs for live cattle. So Trump on L on that one when he said that he was going to bring down prices on shit. Let's take a look at the general beef. All right, once it's already processed into beef, how much is that shit? All right, take a look at this crap. All right, now, granted, we have come down since November, but still, I mean, look at the 10-year. I mean, are you kidding? We didn't start paying this kind of beef until after the fucking COVID. And that's because COVID fucked the whole goddamn supply chain and fucked the whole process of livestock producers producing fucking livestock, man. It makes me sick. All right? It makes me fucking sick. Thanks, Trump, you fucking piece of crap. I mean, what does he know? He likes fucking full, well-done steaks with ketchup, for fuck's sake. What the fuck does he know? Anyway, folks, that concludes. Oh, yeah, well, let's look at eggs. Before we go, let's look at eggs because he's touting how he brought down egg price. Oh, look at that. He brought down egg prices. That's because he's importing them from fucking South America and Brazil. Good God. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on, no pun intended, from the markets to the domestic things that we need to talk about here this evening. And let me get to some of these Buy Me a Coffees and also the Rumble rants, all right? Tretchman hooked it up and said, cash held, grip solid, job secure in a stable field. Let's light this overextended shit on a fire and roast some marshmallow as it burns. I understand what you feel. I understand it, Tretchman. I mean, America's not looking good. I'll tell you that right now. I wish. This is why I don't do too many True Capitalist radio shows. Because I know that I don't really have much good news for you people. And I know that there's not a lot of people that want to listen to, this is not good. This is not something. But what else can I say? And Stooges Rule said, hey, Ghost, did you hear that the USNS Harvey Milk is getting renamed? Well, that's one of the few things that I agree with Hegseth doing. Harvey Milk was a fucking piece of shit, and anybody who holds him up as a hero is a fucking fruit bowl and a fucking groomer fucking promoter, if you want my opinion. Any thoughts on this? I just gave the thoughts. Also, from a right-wing channels, I have been seeing some things that he was supposedly into. Younger, if you catch my drift. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Do you have any knowledge of these allegations? Yeah, it's always been alleged. All right, but I don't want to go into the memory of Harvey Milk. He was a piece of trash, and I'm glad that, there's not any fucking ship that is a part of our military named after that piece of crap. So there you go. Let me read some of these Rumble rants here. We got Old Man Frank talking crap again. Yeah, thanks, Old Man Frank. Even though he hates me so much, he's always hooking up with Rumble rants, saying Portler's talking shit about things he knows nothing about. Yeah, thanks a lot, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for the money. Who else do we got? We got Devious Dave. Do you buy physical silver? If so, where do you sell it and how much under the spot price do you get?
They're eating the cats.
You see, that's why you get coinage, because if you get coinage, the value of the coin and the nuances of it and whether it's graded or how perfect it is, this is adding value on top of the spot. So if you're just buying bullion, okay, then you're just getting spot value and you're going to get ripped off by getting it liquidated in some capacity. That's why I always suggest to go into the coin business, because you can liquidate coins at a coin show and you got generous fucking coin collectors, and there's a lot of them that will pay cash money. All right, cash money if you have a coin that they really, really want that's a part of their collection or one that's sought after. And many of the ones that are sought after are ones that are struck at a certain mint. Believe it or not, Carson City Morgans are very, very expensive. So if you happen to have a Morgan struck in Carson City, you got yourself a decent one. All right, but anything silver coinage, I think, is a good deal. Z-Dog Zero, just stopping by in for a laugh at Cope. Ha ha ha! Also, I'll be back for Baller Friday. Cheers, baby, cheers. And Tesla Cyberheart, give Pete Hegseth the break. I partied with Pete Hegseth in Miami Beach, and he's a great guy. Well, did he get you laid or something? I mean, give me a break. All right. Just to show you the state of the economy, before I go into the infamous Musk-Trump war that we're seeing in social media, I just want to let everybody know that we're not doing well, okay? We're not doing well. Fed Beige Book says that we're declining in growth, rising in prices, and hiring is slowing. Now, this is why you've got Trump focusing on Biden. Didn't I say that this was going to happen in 2024? Didn't I say that Trump 2024 was Obama 08? And I said, what did Obama do throughout his whole tenure? All the promises that he made, that he went back on, he would come out and say, it was Bush's fault. It was Bush's fault. That's exactly what Trump is doing. And why is he doing it? Because his economic policies were an utter joke. As a matter of fact, every single policy that Trump has come out with has thrown America back about 25 years. I mean, do I agree that we should be tariffing China? Absolutely. But for him to come out like some cowboy and start calling out every fucking country saying we're going to have reciprocal tariffs and this is America, acting like some fucking cowboy bully and shit, left everybody in the world with bad taste in their mouth, dude. And aside from him pissing off everybody in relation to the government, the people, the consumers in other countries are little offended. And they, even if we had access to their fucking markets, they wouldn't even want to buy an American product after what the fuck Trump has done. So this is where we're at, folks, at this point. So, I mean, it doesn't look good for America at all. And by the way, the inflation data that keeps coming out that we look forward to in hopes of, putting some positivity in the market, we don't even know if it's real anymore. Did you hear this? We're turning into fucking a third world banana republic. Take a look at this. Inflation data threatened by government hiring freezes as tariff looms. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Are you kidding? This is what we're turning into under Trump. I told you this man had no ideas. I told you he had no loyalty amongst any ideas that were going to help the country, help the general American. But guess what? You idiots, and where are you magatards that were all calling me a Democrat when I told you what the fuck was going to happen? But guess what? The reason you didn't know it or didn't understand it because you don't know shit. All right? So I hope all of you people that were pro-MAGA, and it's all over social media. It's documented who the fuck you were. I hope you all feel like a bunch of losers, because you are. You are a threat to America's national security at this point. You elected an idiot who lied to you consistently, juiced you for all fucking money you were worth, selling you fucking Trump watches, Trump guitars, Trump Bibles, Trump fucking anal suppositories, whatever he could throw his fucking name on. You idiots bought it. And now y'all are like, I don't know. This is supposed to make America great again. I don't know. Fucking idiot. Fucking idiots. All of you that voted for this fucking idiot. You're all a bunch of pieces of shit. All right? You're a contributing factor on why this government is going the way it's going. You people that voted for this bullshit, take some responsibility. Take some responsibility, piece of shit. And guess what? All of you people that voted, y'all are all getting fucking laid off, huh? Let me just show you the recent ones here. Take a look at this. All right, tech job openings vanish as AI tariffs change hiring landscape. I know I have a lot of IT people that listen to me. Y'all are all getting laid off, just like I told you were if this fucking guy was president. I hope that y'all are I don't know where y'all are going to go, because that's it for IT. As a matter of fact, if you have a computer science degree, I don't know where you're going to get a job. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're going to do. I mean, AI is literally taking out most of the tech jobs. I know many of you tech people were trying to cope, but, I mean, that's the way it is. That's the way it is, all right? I mean, this is what y'all voted for. Why do you think all the tech people, all the tech oligarchs were around Trump during his inauguration? Huh? Was that an accident? Was that an accident? Give me a break. And it's not just tech. Look at the pharmaceuticals. Take a look at this. Procter & Gamble slashing 7,000 jobs amidst reconstructing efforts. Do you understand? I mean, hey, thanks, Trump. MAGA. I mean, Jesus Christ. Hey, look, it's not just tech. It's not just the medical field. I mean, Hooters. Did you hear about Hooters? Fucking Hooters. Hooters locations, 30 of them are closing as the iconic chain files for bankruptcy. Well, I mean, the Hooters people need to they need to remember, okay? These young males, the millennials and Gen Zers, I mean, these are people that live with their mother and father until they're 40 years old, even if they own a fucking, streaming platform. They live with their mother and father until they're 40 and 50. They wax their carrot to cartoons, or if they don't, they simp on bitches, mid-grade bitches on OnlyFans and Twitch. All right? So, I mean, once upon a time, guys used to go out and at least want to, talk to the pussy or see the pussy or some shit. No, here it is, 30. Nobody's even going to Hooters anymore. And you want to know why? And this is what I don't understand. You know, what Trump is doing, he's gutting us. The people that he's deporting, this is what mind boggles me. All right? He's having ICE trample on the Constitution, barge into private businesses, yank people out. Doesn't matter. I mean, dude, I've seen many stories, especially here in San Antonio, where an immigrant has been here for 20 plus years, has a business, has a family, children or college graduates, way better than most Americans and shit. And yet you've got Trump targeting these people and yanking parents, and people are crying. And then you've got these loser American people who sit there flapping their fat sausages of fingers on the keyboard on some social media post saying, I voted for this. I voted for this. What kind of inhumane pieces of shit are you? I get it. Kick out the Tres Agua. Kick out the MS-13. Hell, kick out any single immigrant male that has no actual bindings to this country, that has no job, that has no family. Kick them all out. I don't give a shit. Why the fuck would you kick out somebody who is a productive member of this country? All right? Why would you kick out somebody that's a productive member of this country that is more productive than fucking 70% of the American, quote unquote, Native American people in this country? I will remind you again and again, all right? Over 65% of this country collects a goddamn entitlement. 65% of Americans collect an entitlement. All right? They collect a goddamn entitlement. In the year 2000, it was less than 10%. It was less than 10% in the year 2000. Now we got over 65% of people collecting entitlement. And what did that produce? It produced a millennial and Gen Z generation that is absolutely useless. Take a look at this. This is what we produced after fucking putting all of America on welfare. Take a look at this. The new dream job for young men, stay-at-home son. Aww, stay-at-home son. Oh, that's what I want to do, Mom and Dad. I know I'm 40 years old, but I want to be a stay-at-home son. I want to be a stay-at-home son. I'm an American. I want to be a stay-at-home son. And these are the idiots that are out here that are reposting fucking families that have been here for 20 plus years, that have built businesses here. All right, instead of taxing these people, you know what? This would be the perfect group of people to tax. Illegal immigrants that were successful, that have businesses. I mean, but no, I have no fucking idea. I mean, I just cannot believe that this is America. And you know, this is a detriment because we are now in an unpredictable international situation. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we could be pulled into a war. And if we had to go into a draft, I mean, we kicked out the productive people that could potentially have been tapped in as a draft, as a soldier to fight for this country. No, you know what we're going to be left with? We're going to be left with pieces of shit like this. Millennial and Gen Z shit like this. Stay-at-home sons. Idiots that clog up anime cons. Idiots that fucking go and fucking cosplay until they're 45 years old. Assholes who refuse to fucking grow up. These pieces of shit. These pieces of shit. All right? And you think that these pieces of crap are going to be out here? Do you think they're going to defend America? You think they're going to defend America? These are the same pieces of shit that are posting on social media. All I'm going to do is pee, poo, poo, and I'm not going to go to war. Fuck these fuck. If you're a millennial and Gen Z, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. You're a piece of trash. You're the reason why this country sucks. You know that the majority of the people that are in Congress are over 77 years old, you fucking useless human beings. You understand that? Most of the people in Congress are over 77, and all I hear you fucking stupid dumb losers, you millennial and Gen Z losers say, the boomers this and the boomers that. You fucking idiots do nothing. You've wasted your life. You've wasted your time. So fuck you. All right? Fuck all of you. And by the way, that leads me in to the next part of the broadcast. All right? And that is Trump versus Elon Musk. All right? The bromance is over. The bromance is over. And why is the bromance over? Because Elon Musk, I believe he's Gen X, right? He and the PayPal Mafia, which are also Gen X, are taking control of the fucking government. All right? And you know, now that Elon Musk has literally taken the gloves off and has slapped Trump around silly, look at him. I mean, Trump looks like he's barely alive. All right, Trump looks like he's barely alive. Play this shit.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill.
He's still selling this bullshit.
That's what it is.
He's still selling this crap.
I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it.
Yeah, well, he didn't like it. All right, Trump. And you know what this really means? You want to know what this war is really about? first of all, it's about broken deals. Obviously, there were some broken deals. In that same little tidbit, Trump talks about how he didn't appoint the suggestion of Elon Musk to NASA. And the reason that he didn't was because the person that he wanted to be the head of NASA was a Democrat. So that was one thing, right? Then this fucking report came out last week. Actually, it was like a few days ago that Elon Musk did massive amounts of ketamine and drugs and all kinds of shit. Elon Musk came out and said, that's bullshit. That's a lie. The New York Times says, oh, yeah? Well, why don't you sue me, Musk? Why don't you sue me? And let's see if you really do or don't fucking take drugs. Now, what that suggests is that somebody within the Trump administration leaked some information about may or may not be drug use by Elon Musk that could potentially be real enough in a court of law. Let's just put it that way. So that's a very interesting situation, because why the hell would they leak that? I mean, the only people that would be able to leak something like that were folks that were close to him. And who were the folks closest to him? You know, the folks closest to him were, the MAGA crowd. All right. Another thing, which I'm not going to bring up the article, but there's a theory that now he did have a black eye. Do y'all remember this? He did have a black eye, and there's a lot of speculation on where that black eye came from. Now, there is a report suggesting that the black eye came from a dispute between the Secretary of Treasury, the gay Secretary of Treasury, and he, and that they were in disagreements over the Doge cuts. And and the story goes that Besant said, well, where the hell are the cuts? You know, where the hell are these cuts? And that's where things got physical. Now, there is another report, believe it or not, that suggests that Elon Musk and Stephen Miller's wife may be doing something at least, let's just put it this way. I'm surprised I don't have it here. I should have let me just put, there's a can. Let me put the article up here. I know, but Stephen Miller, his wife, is actually leaving with Musk out of the White House. All right, I'm not fucking joking around. Let me go ahead and show you this, because this has been a big story, and this is where the potential black eye came from as well. This is another speculation story. Put the PC shot on. Elon Musk unfollows Stephen Miller after hiring his wife away from the White House. So I'm just trying to give you a speculation that maybe this is where the black eye came from. And secondly, this is probably maybe one of many points of dissension on why we're seeing this war between Elon Musk and Trump at this point in time. And Belligerent Brian burning that bridge on the way out, Ghost, I don't give a fuck. Look, Belligerent Brian, I don't like you, dude. Why do you keep donating, all right? You're a fucking stupid, fucking arrogant piece of limey crap. And Tesla Cyberheart, bleeding heart liberal confirmed. Yeah, well, tell me that when you're unemployed. All right, and old man Frank Portler's business got raided by ICE. No, it didn't. Devious Dave, eugenics would fix all this, whatever that means. And let me get to some of these Buy Me a Coffees before we move on here. We got GTR1 Fresh. Hey, Ghost, just chilling in my new apartment. I got a great deal on it with a roommate, only $350 a month. Anyway, cheers and stream. And after you stream, you want to hop into VC in the TCR chat? Yeah, I will definitely do that there, GTR1 Fresh. Cheers to you and congrats on you getting your own place. By the way, only 22 years old, by the way. 22 years old, has his own place. That says a lot more than many of you fucking idiots. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, Ghost Trans-Pacific Waifu. Ghost Trans-Pacific Waifu said, right now there is a big Counter-Strike 2 tournament in Austin. Prize pool is $1.25 million and first place gets $500,000. Some of that prize pool is from taxes, wheels, are you happy? I don't give a shit. All right, so what? Austin has become the new epicenter for tech. I mean, what do you want? Anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. Once again, we were talking about how Stephen Miller, a little salty that Elon Musk took his wife, and that's potentially where the black eye came from. All right, that's my speculation. All right, that's my speculation. But whatever it is, all right, whatever it is, it made Musk go nuclear. All right, it made Musk go nuclear. Because take a look at this. As the day evolved, all right, it started off with little petty tweets like, "Hey, without me, Trump would have never have won the election. Without me, Trump would have lost the election." All right. So, I mean, this is the point I'm trying to make. I mean, these are things that are happening slowly but surely throughout the day.
They're eating the cats.
So Trump responds accordingly. Like, oh yeah. He threatens his contracts. Take a look at this. Trump says Elon Musk went crazy, suggests cutting government contracts for his company. All right, so it went tit for tat today. All right, went tit for tat. All right, Elon Musk came out and, first of all, it all derived from Elon Musk criticizing the big, beautiful bill. You know, then that's what it all came down to. It all came down to Musk criticizing the big, beautiful bill, and that it evolved to the chain of events that I'm trying to chronologically show you here in order. So he starts threatening the contracts. Right after Trump starts threatening contracts, that's when Musk comes out with the big one. And by God, Ghost is vindicated once again. Musk says Trump is named in the Epstein files. Woo! I mean, the prognosticator of prognosticator strikes again, baby. I told your ass. I told you, but you idiots are like, no, Ghost, that's cope. Yeah, it's all lies. It's all lies. Well, there you go. All right. There you go. And let me tell you, once that happened, Trump went loco himself and started talking about cutting like almost every contract, eliminating all contracts with Musk. All right? That's where I'm not even joking around. And guess what Musk did? All right, take a look at this. Put the PC shot. This is great. Look at this. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions, is to terminate Elon Musk government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. So Elon Musk comes out and says, in light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. So it is getting bad. It gets worse and worse. And, you know, you still, at this point, you still got Magatard saying that it's 5D chess. I'm not. You still got them thinking, oh, Q talked about this. You know, Q said something. I am not joking around. And let me tell you, it gets worse. Right after that, Musk says it's time to impeach Trump and replace him with who? The PayPal Mafia's fucking laying in waiting leader, which I predicted right during the fucking Republican convention. Didn't I tell you people this? I told you all. Go back to the fucking archive if you fucking pieces of shit don't remember. Rumble or the YouTube. Go back to the time after the fake assassination attempt, by the way, and the fucking Republican convention.
They're eating the cats.
I said that once Trump chose Vance, because nobody knew where Vance came from. And cheers to Nathan B, man. Thank you very much, man. I'll read yours here in just a second. But right after Trump had picked J.D. Vance, I said this was a pick by the PayPal Mafia. I said this was a pick by the PayPal Mafia. And really, folks, that's what this is all about. It's all about removing this old boomer piece of shit. And it's time for the Gen Xers to take control of this fucking government and start moving it into another direction. You understand that? And that's why they had J.D. Vance there, because I believe they had this as a contingency all along. All right? They had this as a contingency all along, just in case Trump thought he was going to be able to maneuver his way out of his obligations, which he's trying.
They're eating the cats.
And take a look at what's happening now. Now it's about impeaching Trump, baby. You know what? Let's impeach him. Let's impeach Trump, man. Let me tell you this right now. There's a lot of dirty shit that is going to come out from Trump. And it's already coming out. It's already coming out. Since Elon Musk dropped, let the cat out of the bag and said, hey, Trump is in the Epstein files, which is what I fucking always said. Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Donald Trump's alleged sexual proclivities graphically detailed in new Epstein documents. Take a look at this shit. Take a look at this shit. Hundreds of court documents containing information were made public on January 24 as part of the defamation suit brought against Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, this poor chick has subsequently ended up becoming suicided because she was the one that personally saw Trump do certain things in relation to the Epstein-related cases. And she ended up suicided, this poor Virginia Guffrey. All right, God rest her soul. And there's her pictured with Prince Edward with Ghislaine Maxwell. All right, there it is. There it is right there. So let me tell you something right now. And look at these magatards are still in cope. Oh, you'll believe anything else. You'll believe it. Fucking Epstein said it himself. Epstein said it himself. I've showed this clip 1,000 times. Say it again. All right, play it again. Play it again. This was an interview, like exclusive access that Michael Wolff, the editor of Newsweek, had with Epstein before he got arrested and subsequently suicided. Here's Epstein saying, I was Donald Trump's closest friend. Play it.
How do you know this?
Donald's closest friend. 10 years.
So I need the dump. Just give me Donald.
It's fun.
Well, we don't need to hear the whole goddamn thing. I'm just simply stating, all right, you people are continuing to cope, and let me tell you, each and every one of you idiots that were all over social media saying, yeah, Maga. You were also praising Elon Musk. You were sucking Musk's cock. You know it and I know it. And now you're caught in a rock and a hard place because you, especially you MAGA grifters, and by God, I'm enjoying these MAGA grifters trying to cope, trying to go into fucking emergency management mode because they know that their gravy train is about to fucking run off. It's it. It's over. All right? The Quartering, Jack Posobiec, fucking Charlie Kirk, all you idiots that sold your soul to this shit, you're out of here, all right? You were praising Elon Musk, you're fucking doing all this shit, now all of a sudden he's the enemy? Huh? It doesn't work that way, you magatards, all right? Woo! I'm telling you, man. Where are you magatards at now? Huh? Where are all you magatards at now, you piece of shit? Now, guess what? Magatards are coping like hell. All right? I mean, did you see? Look at this. Steve Bannon, who Trump couldn't even throw a pardon to prevent his fucking fat ass from going to prison, is out here calling for Elon Musk to be deported. Oh, this is great. Here, play this shit.
It's a leverage
play it.
Because President Trump, even though he's going to run in 28, may not be here forever, so we need the debt ceiling. Here's the problem with Elon. It's very simple. He promised $1 trillion in cuts and waste, fraud, and abuse. And listen, for all the fanboys out there, I'm going to treat you fanboys like little puppies. They're going to rub your nose in the mess you made. All this thing about the rescissions, we're going to do the first rescissions package, the $9.4 billion. There's not a line item in there. There's 11 line items, including $1 billion for NPR and $1 billion for. This has been fought. These are programmatic, right? Take all fanboys, Elon fanboys.
Yeah, well, with all due respect, Bannon, all right? The whole fucking Doge was not about to, kind of cut government spending. I mean, it was to find out fraud, but it was to aggregate the data of the American people. And just like I said on the last show, listen to the last show, True Capitalist Radio Show. I go into detail into this. All right? Trump has already been used. All right? They've got the data. As a matter of fact, I mean, Trump has already given a contract to Palantir in order for them to database our asses, which, I mean, if you give Palantir that type of power over the American people, then at some point, what use is the government? I mean, am I wrong? I mean, at what use is the government if we're going to have AI and all this shit? Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Trump taps Palantir to compile data on Americans. The Trump administration has expanded Palantir's work with the government, spreading the company's technology, which could easily merge data on Americans. I tried to tell you people, but of course, you all thought you knew more than you did. And I wish that many of you that voted for Trump could have a sense of humility and realize that you don't know shit. And that all the fucking loudmouth bullshit that you told your friends, your family, your people on social media and all this shit, realize that it's all documented and we're all going to look at you with a jaundiced eye. This is not one of these things that are just going to go away, all right? I mean, you are a fucking useless piece of fucking garbage that helped destroy this country, all right? And if you're going to deny it, that's fine. That's your cope. But remember that the destruction of this country is on your shoulders. Every one of you that voted this in. And by the way, you did it out of free will. So all this shit that's happening, you can't take back because you voted the shit in. And look, I mean, at least this is Gen X that's taking control here. At least Gen X is coming up and saying, look, we're going to, that's it. Fuck the millennials, fuck the Gen Zers. We're going to use them as pawns while we assert our development, our AI systems into power. This is what's happening, dude. I tried to tell you idiots this throughout all of 2024, but did you idiots believe me? No, I was some Democrat, huh? Take a look. This is, I showed this article back in July of 2024. Take a look at this. Top Trump world conspiracy theorist blasts J.D. Vance as Peter Thiel's plaything. Everybody knew. Everybody knew that Peter Thiel, whatever kind of close relationship him and J.D. Vance had, Peter Thiel funded J.D. Vance. Peter Thiel made the Hellbilly or Hillbilly Elegy or whatever the fuck that stupid dumb book. He was the one that created all that shit. He created who Vance is today. So what is happening here now is you've got Elon Musk in the foreground. And like everybody see, he's the guy. But in the background, the PayPal mafia is taking control of every aspect of the government. From space, from data collection, from surveillance. I mean, Palantir has all the big contracts to the CIA. I mean, SpaceX has the big contracts to the big government, high-level national security levels and shit. So I'll tell you this right now. I mean, that's it, all right? While you, like, idiot millennials and Gen Zers are just sitting there fanning your nuts and thinking that things are going to work themselves out just as long as you have your cosplay and your fucking anime and all this bullshit and your gaming. Well, it looks like the Gen Xers are coming up and they're going to take control of this government. All right. And let me tell you something. I got to give them some backing. I got to give them some backing because it's refreshing to see a generation finally stand up to the boomer generation, which has been in control of this country ever since the late 70s. And I'm glad to see that the Gen Xers are the last breath of fresh air that this country has. And who knows? Maybe they'll fucking take it. Maybe they'll take the country in a better direction. Who knows? But by God, I'm glad that they're starting to take control of the country. And let me tell you, I'm pro PayPal mafia on this one. I am pro Elon Musk on this one. I am pro Elon Musk on this one. I am pro PayPal mafia on this one. And let me tell you, the country is dying anyway. The country is dying anyway.
They're eating the
cats. And the American people are the ones that killed it. The American people's entitlement, the American people's ungratefulness, the American people's lack of enthusiasm into participating in a democratic government in which a people are supposed to choose their own leaders. All right? This has gone on long enough. And if the country's going to die, then we might as well have the best of the country take control of it. So I am pro PayPal Mafia at this point in time. All right? And I am full throttle on impeaching fucking Trump at this point in time. And let me tell you, I am all for unleashing all the documents in relation to the fucking Epstein files. All right? And everybody should be demanding them, because that amongst the Trump coin is going to bring down not only Trump, but the entire Trump family. And I have to hand it to Musk. All right? I mean, you know, his fucking stock went down like 20% or some shit today. All right? And he doesn't give a fuck. All right? And he and those that are backing him up are ready for any kind of a fight. And whatever direction that they're going to take America, it's going to be a better direction than these pieces of shit American people. I'll tell you that right now. All right? No offense to the hardworking American people. I'm talking about the 65% of America that collects an entitlement, and it's a detriment on us, the productive, the people that pay the fucking taxes. All right? Not the people that take from the tax, people that pay the taxes. All right? If you're part of whatever minute percentage that pays taxes in this country, I'm not talking about you. All right? If you pay taxes in this country, you are a higher class of a citizen than these pieces of shit that collect a government entitlement. I don't give a shit what anybody says. All right? I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't give a shit if you clean enema bags for a living. I don't give a shit if you clean shit out of toilets for a living. If you are contributing to the tax system, then you command everybody's respect. And you are above the rest of these losers that do nothing for this country, except take and take and take. So, hey, PayPal Mafia, bravo. All right, bravo to the folks that are out there taking control of this government. Impeach this old boomer piece of shit. All right? Impeach this old boomer. All right? It's time for a new era of America. It's time for a new era of America. So let the games begin. All right? Kick this fucking old boomer out of here, and let's go into the new America. All right? Let's go into the new fucking America where we ain't going to put up with this fucking stupid, I got neat box. I got autism. Fuck that bullshit. All right, we got to get out of that shit. And look, one of the few things that I agree with Trump on is that autism is a bunch of bullshit. Put the PC shot on. Trump says autism has to be artificially induced. And thank God RFK Jr. is finally saying enough of this autism bullshit, enough of this pussy pampering of this autism bullshit, enough! Enough of this crap! All right? This is a new era of America! All right? This is a new era of America! And let me tell you, if Trump isn't fucking impeached from office, then we're gonna fucking go down like the pieces of shit we are. And thank God the PayPal Mafia has taken control and has said, hey, that's enough of this stupid fucking good old boy network, Washington, D.C. bullshit. Fuck them. And what is this, fucking belligerent Brian? Forgive my flippancy, but can you blame the people for not wanting to participate in a system that's obviously so rigged? Well, you know what? I don't give a shit at this point. All right? I mean, maybe we're witnessing that maybe people shouldn't choose their own leaders. Or if people do choose their own leaders, maybe a certain group of people should choose their own leaders. Like taxpayers. How about that shit? Fuck voter ID. Fuck all this bullshit. Bring a tax return to the voting fucking place so you can show that you actually are not only a citizen, not only do you fucking pay taxes, but you earn the right to vote. How about that shit? I'm tired of this loser shit. I'm tired of shitbag loser America. I'm tired of this shit. All right? So thank God we've got the richest and the smartest people taking control of the fucking government. Thank God. I mean, who do we want? We want Pete fucking Hegseth, some fucking idiot who will literally fucking pull out his wang if some bitch fucking shows a half inch of her thigh and shit? Fuck that shit. I'm telling you right now, this is a new fucking era, and I can feel it. I mean, the shit that Musk is coming out and saying, I mean, I could only imagine that Trump is in fucking shock. Trump is in shock, and he has no idea what to do. Because he has to know that they got him by the balls. They got him by the balls. Remember the $300 million that Elon Musk was supposed to dedicate to the Trump administration? Trump wants the rest of the money. Look at this shit. I think he only paid $200 million. Trump wants the other $100 million. So this is another factor that could be playing here. So it's just a lot of bad shit, man. But I am glad. I am glad to see. This is a great day today. All right. June 5th, 2025. This is a great goddamn day today. First of all, I had a badass steak. All right. I watched, pretty good golf game today. It's a Canadian Open. I love golf. Kicked it with Mrs. Ghost, had some wine, and it was a good day today. And then when I saw all this shit with Musk and Trump, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And look, my favorite thing right now, and look, maybe it's a little, I don't know, maybe it's a little macabre, all right? But I am loving all the MAGA fucking tards, all these MAGA grifters not knowing how to respond to all this shit. Because they not only pumped and dumped fucking Trump, not only did they, dude, have you seen these MAGA grifters? They show Trump shaking a hand of a leader. Oh my God, what a great leader. I'm so glad. Oh my God. I am so fucking glad these people are going to have to go out and get jobs now. They're going to have to go out and get jobs in the Trump administration, in the Trump economy. Fuck you, Jack Persobic. Fuck you, Charlie Kirk. Fuck you, the Quartering. And fuck all you other piece of shit MAGA grifters. Go out and get a job. You cannot be trusted. You don't know shit about politics, and no one's going to follow you ever again. And if anybody does, they deserve to be fucking let off the cliff like a bunch of mindless lemmings that they are. This is a great day in America. This is a great day in America. I am down with the PayPal Mafia. I am so down with the PayPal Mafia, I would dox myself. I would fucking face reveal if Elon Musk gave me a fucking interview. I swear to God. I would face reveal and dox myself. I would invite Elon Musk into my house to have a fucking interview and to shake his hand for having the balls, for having the fucking balls to putting his wealth, for putting his fucking stature all on the line in order to finally eliminate this fucking boomer bullshit. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, I'm feeling good, man. All right, you millennials, while you're fanning your nuts at your mama's house at 40 and shit, playing video games and making a makeshift fucking streaming platform, the Gen Xers had been planning all along, and now it's their time. And if you're a part of Gen X, I got to give you some props. I gotta pour out a beer for you all tonight. I'll tell you, I'm trying to cut down drinking, but by God, this is celebration time, man. This is a celebration. Woo! All right. Anyway, let me get to some of these buy me a coffees here. We got Froppy said, I just got my Switch 2. Turn this crap off. Bacon and AIDS. Hold on, let me get to Bacon and AIDS here. Bacon and AIDS. What's up, dude? He said, Ghost, glad to see a TCR episode. Miss seeing these, even though there's the shit going on. Closing on my new house tomorrow. Cheers to Bacon and AIDS. Rates suck, but thankfully have a fixed mortgage. Well, you know what, Bacon and AIDS, right now, believe it or not, even though the rates are kind of high, the housing market isn't at the tip-top price. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, the interest rates are going to come down. I speculate they're going to come down sometime next year. And when they come down, by default, okay, the housing is going to go up. It's going to go up because the interest rates are low. That means the money printer goes burr. But at the same time, it entices new buyers to the market, and hence the value goes up because of demand. And whether you want to resell it or refinance it, you know what I'm saying? You can refinance the new equity that comes along because of the interest rates going down and the price of the property going up. So cheers to that, man. Anyway, he said, I'm working to expand my passport portfolio through foreign investment and acquiring citizenship by descent where able. That's not a bad idea. What are your thoughts on expanding your passport portfolio to have a backup just in case things get really kooky in the good old US of A? Unfortunately, I'm going to die here, dude. All right. I'm never leaving this country. First of all, I'm never leaving Texas, okay? I'm a Texan first, American second, okay? But I will, even so, I will never leave America, all right? I mean, this is the freest country on the planet. And let me tell you, we want to know why I have such a disdain right now for American people? Because the American people are jeopardizing America. Their ignorance, their stupidity, their treatment of politics like that of a WWE wrestling match is what's causing all the ruckus, all the bad experiences that we're experiencing. The American people are becoming a national security issue for America. And why do I say that? Because look, these idiots that are a part of the American populace have lost the true meaning of what America is. And what is America? America is the Constitution. Without that social contract, America is nothing. Without the Bill of Rights accorded in that Constitution, everybody that lives in America is nothing, and we have no freedom. And when we have the general American public jeopardizing that great document, then by God, we have to do something. We have to do something. All right, because once that document leaves, freedom for not only us, but for the rest of the world is over. And it'll be totalitarian rule throughout throughout the infinite amount of time. Let's just put it that way. And let me tell you, I love our forefathers. I love the Enlightenment thinkers that created this great country. And for all those that don't know, let me give you a very short history lesson on the Enlightenment thinkers. The Enlightenment thinkers that helped create the foundation of our government, of our Declaration of Independence. For instance, in the Declaration of Independence, it says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Where did they get that statement? They got it from a book called The Second Treatise of Government by a man named John Locke. The Second Treatise of Government by a man by the name of John Locke. And in that document, he justifies that every man has a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of property. And he made the case that a man is in his moral, ethical, and spiritual legitimacy to be able to dispense justice with extreme prejudice on anyone who steals or infringes on their property. Because Locke suggested that if someone steals from you, they are taking a part of your life. They're taking a part of your life because you had to spend part of your time, effort, and energy in order to get compensated, in order for you to attain whatever property that is being stolen from you. And you see, that right there is something that I would suggest you read, because that is one of the many Enlightenment thinkers that helped create the foundation of our political philosophy. Another one is Montesquieu, who was the foundation of the three branches of government. And look, what separates the Enlightenment thinkers from thinkers of old? Let me give you an example. In Europe, okay, in feudalistic rule, the political thinkers during that time believed that the true essence of humanity was bad. True essence of humanity was bad. And that you had these thinkers like Thomas Hobbes, who wrote the book Leviathan. And in that book, he describes that it is justified for feudalism to infringe upon the rights of man, so long as feudalists keep safety. All right? And that any man is willing to give up any right as long as they're safe. And that was the justification of feudalism, according to Thomas Hobbes, in the book Leviathan. Okay? Another person in the same realm of true essence of humanity is bad is Niccolo Machiavelli in the book The Prince. Okay? The difference is that the Prince made the justification for almost anything based upon the sustainability of feudalistic power, meaning the ends justified the means. All right? The ends justify the means. Whatever it takes to keep power is justified. Now, the Enlightenment thinkers, on the other hand, the Enlightenment thinkers thought completely different. The Enlightenment thinkers thought that the true essence of humanity is actually good. But you had to foster it in a way where government would act as a referee in not just business, but also the personal lives of people. And this is where the founders of this country cultivated this great government that we have today. And what makes this system so great is that document that we all take for granted called the Constitution. The Constitution accords us unalienable rights that are defined to us by God. It's the same justification that the feudalists justified their divine right, meaning that, oh, I'm king, my son will be king, his son will be king, divine right. They justified that because the church at the time, which was the true power behind feudalism, justified it because they were defined right by God. And you see, our Enlightenment thinkers flipped that coin and said, look, God wouldn't have divine right on one family. God would accord every right to every person just because they live and they're on this earth. And those rights are defined in the Constitution. All right? The Constitution is the greatest document ever created since the Magna Carta. What's the Magna Carta? The Magna Carta was a social contract that was brought up by the nobility against feudalism, demanding a separate class from the average regular folk. And they wanted different treatment. They justified their treatment. And guess what? The feudalist had to oblige the Magna Carta. And you see, this is why I am so dedicated to the Constitution. That's why I love the Constitution more than I do these ungrateful American people who refuse to fight for it. Just because they're too stupid and ignorant to understand that this document allows them to be the fucking sloth, fucking man-child idiot that they are, isn't going to jeopardize my right. All right? So fuck you, American people that have lost your fucking disconnected idea of what America is. What America is the Constitution. And without that document, we are shit. Without that document, we're nothing. We're below serfdom. So that's what I continue to strive for. Whenever I say that Americans are now jeopardizing America's national security, that's what I'm talking about. Without the Constitution, there's no freedom. All right? And that's what made me. I didn't have great parents, man. All right? My parents threw me out in the street when I was 18 years old. And if it wasn't for the freedom of this country and the economic opportunities that was accorded, I would have been a piece of shit in any other country. I owe my life to this country. I owe everything that made me, everything that I am for this fucking country. So I'm not going to let some stupid shithead American people who would rather put about 2 or 3 fingers on their ass, gyrate it counterclockwise while they're watching some fucking imported cartoon from Japan ruin this country. I'm not going to let them do it. I'm not going to let them do it. So I am down with the PayPal mafia. Let's take over this fucking country, all right? Let's make America great again. I'm down with the PayPal mafia. All right, Elon Musk, I will dox myself and face reveal if Elon Musk gives me an interview. And by God, dude, I would, I'm down. I mean, you know that fucking Elon Musk is talking about, he's talking about a new political party. He's talking about a new political party. If he's serious, let's do this, man. All right? Let's do this shit. I'm not joking around. Put the PC shot. Look at this shit. Musk floats the idea of a third party amid feud with Trump. What about the capitalist army? Huh? What about the capitalist party? All right? That's what we need to get back to. We need to get back to the fucking economic policies of Milton Friedman, of Thomas Sowell. All right? That's what we need to do. Capitalism. I'm a capitalist, not a communist, not a socialist. Socialism and communism would not have made me at all. It would have not have made me who I am today. It would have made me a simpleton, a neat, a stay-at-home son, whatever. I didn't have the parents for that, but still, some shit like that. This is a great day. This is a great day in America. And I'm advocating the impeachment of Donald Trump. And let me tell you, you know how we do this? Hey, Elon, you listening? There's a bipartisan fucking negotiation waiting to happen right now in the Senate. Believe me. Believe me. To impeach this motherfucker. Okay? And how? There are so many things you can go after Trump on. Right off the bat, the Democrats should be calling for an independent investigation on some committee in relation on the connections between Trump and Epstein. Right off the bat. All right? There should be a bipartisan effort on some committee, whether it's in Congress, whether it's in the House, whether it's in the Senate, on the investigation on what the fuck Trump connections were with Epstein. Secondly, there should be an independent investigation on what the hell and where the hell the money went during all this Trump coin nonsense. And whether or not the people that invested in that Trump coin got any kind of government compensation in laws being passed, in government contracts. I mean, it's all there. Believe me, all the shit I'm telling you, you're going to find a lot of fire. You're going to find a lot of fire. Third thing you need to do, okay, is check the executive orders that this son of a bitch has done, especially the executive orders with ICE. Now, ICE is not about illegal immigration, folks. What Trump is trying to do, he's trying to make ICE his Gestapo. And look, it's one thing to find, look, I don't care if ICE are hanging outside courthouses or they're hanging outside Cajunto bars or some shit. I don't give a fuck, all right? But when you're going into private businesses and raiding people and there's no fucking immigrants there, that's not immigration enforcement. That's Gestapo bullshit. So fuck that. These are three areas that I believe that Trump can be taken down on. And as a matter of fact, I don't think he's playing with a full deck. I mean, lest we forget that Ukraine hit up Russia this past weekend, or this last weekend. It was Russia's Pearl Harbor. And we didn't see Trump until what, yesterday or today? I don't think Trump is well. And guess what? Neither does Elon. You want to know why I say that? Because this is another funny thing that Elon said. Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. In a little bit of a Twitch correspondence with Laura Loomer, Elon Musk tells Laura Loomer Republicans should side with him because Trump will die first. Now, what do you think he means by that? I don't think Trump looks well. I think that he's slipping faster than Joe Biden did, if you want my opinion. And at the same time, he could barely keep his eyes open. You know, he could barely keep his eyes open. He has that hand of his that's always bruised. He's always trying to masquerade it because they're probably injecting him with some shit to keep him lively. So, very interesting shit going on here, man. Very interesting shit. All right, so I'm going to wait and see, baby. I'm going to see what's going to happen here. All right? I am down with the PayPal mafia. Let's take control of this government, man. All right? Let's take control of this government. Let's take control of these people. And I agree, we should start cutting. But we have to roll out cuts. Okay? We've got to roll out cuts. And what we should also do, which none of these assholes that are in the Senate or the Congress in general are talking about when it comes to this big, beautiful bill, put the PC shot on. Here's the Senate Majority Leader Thune in his first big test. What they should be proposing is an annual budget. That's what we should be proposing, an annual fucking budget. That's what we used to do before Obama. Congress every year would vote on the budget for the American government for the next year. And once it was approved, Republicans would cut that year. All right? They would cut. And once they would cut at the end of the year, they would have a surplus from the budget, and they would take that surplus and they would put it in the principal of the national debt. And if we start doing that, regardless if we had higher taxes, regardless if we had high interest rates, that will bring the economy down to heel, because the treasuries right now, which is our debt, the bonds and shit, that's our debt. We're selling our debt. The interest is going really high on that because nobody's buying our debt. They're not buying our debt because you got Trump wanting to have an unlimited debt ceiling, wants to be fiscal, by the way. All right, wants to, supposedly pay down the budget, but wants an unlimited debt ceiling. What kind of sense does that make? That's why right now, I think there's more than an opportunity to get Trump out of here, put in J.D. Vance, and let's start really making America what America's potential should be. All right? And stop with this cockamamie shit of, oh, yeah, we gotta deport people. We got to deport people. Hey, the people that we're deporting are productive fucking people. 65% of Americans are just shitheads who sit in their ass and collect money from people like me and the American worker, which is an endangered species, by the way. But 30% of America is fucking literally supporting 65%. It's a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. Anyway, folks, I just want to say that this is a great day for America. And I'm glad that we're changing the trajectory that Trump is trying to take us down. Because I think that what Trump was trying to do, he was trying to accelerate us into destruction. And from the PayPal mafia, a.k.a. Elon Musk, actions, I think they're trying to save America here a little bit. I mean, why else would Elon Musk be putting so much on the line? Anyway, let me get to some of these Buy Me a Coffees. We got Nathan P. Dobrans. What's up, dude? 5 beers. Cheers, baby. Cheers. What's going on, Ghost? Hope everything is going good on your end. Blessed here. Hauling fuel and making money. Well, cheers to you, Nathan. Cheers. I'm glad you're chilling with us, and you are part of the productive. All right? If you are working and paying taxes, you're a part of the productive, baby. And we got Jsev, who said, please put Vance in office. He's so uniquely unqualified to handle the pressure that will be hilarious. I don't know. He's been a cool cucumber, in my opinion. But I think he'd be a better option than Trump. And Jsev, Gen X has bigger daddy issues than any other generation. Motherless generation. Dude, what are you talking about? You're talking about millennials. All right? That's the millennial generation. I was broadcasting in 08, 09 talking about that bullshit. That's the millennial generation. Jsev, we can tell you're a fucking Gen Z homo. How about Froppy? I just got my... Yeah, I already said that, Froppy. Ghost is a diabetic bitch. What's up, loser? What happened to Tuesday no-show? Well, let me tell you. Ghost Show is coming back tomorrow. We're going to do a Ghost Show tomorrow. We are ending the Vaughn stream. All right? So if you're going to pay to try to bring it back, don't even bother. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. All right. Anyway, we got Ghost is a diabetic bitch. Hey, read my buy me a coffee, you whisker biscuit, ball-headed, granny insulin, diabetic kiss ass. Jesus Christ, what the fuck's your problem, man? Anyway, Not Doomcat said, do you want some useless news? Here's a new Cali law passed for frozen food, everyday snacks. Yeah, let's take a look at this. All right.
They're eating the cats.
Hold on, let's see what this is. And what is this, a fish? And, hey, cheers, Mark. Hold on, put the PC shot on. Here, what is this?
News! Your favorite snacks might be illegal next month. Here's why. California just passed a law banning certain food additives linked to cancer and reproductive issues like Red 3, titanium dioxide, and propylparaben. Now, New York might be next. These ingredients are found in everyday snacks like Skittles, Gatorade, Little Debbie cakes, and even some energy drinks. While the law won't fully kick in until 2027, companies are already scrambling to reformulate or risk getting pulled off shelves.
Well, I mean, we're having that shit over here in Texas as well. We're actually going to have to put, or at least Doritos and these types of people, they're going to have to put labels. They're going to have to put warning labels and shit like, hey, this shit ain't good for you. This shit could cause cancer. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. But, maybe some people will, because once they start realizing, oh, shit, I've been eating that every day and that causes cancer. Yeah, it does, dude. Anyway, arrogant bastard, are you suggesting that the tarred crossdresser J.D. Vance, well, that was a Halloween party, according to him, all right? What is this? Devious Dave, you said in the past J.D. Vance was owned by the PayPal Mafia. If Trump is going against them now and you think J.D. Vance would be better, no, J.D. Vance will just do what he's told, okay? J.D. Vance will just do what he's told. And that's what we need. We need somebody that's going to do what he's told by people that know better, the people that are an integral part of the economy, and that are going to help, I hate to say, the pawns, pipe their ass down amongst the general populace. All right. Anyway, let me get to another totally useless news. Did y'all hear about this since we're at the totally useless news portion of the broadcast here? Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. 200-year-old condom decorated with erotic art goes on display. So there it is. There's the condom. I didn't realize that they had condoms 200 years ago, for Christ's sake. But there it is. There it is right there. Get this shit out of here. There it is right there. What the hell is this? It looks like, can I even show this? It looks like some fucking circle jerk gangbang or something. Take that shit out of here. Jesus Christ. This on the AP. This on the fucking AP, for fuck's sake. All right. Anyway, we're continuing on with totally useless news, folks. All right. Sorry about that. Good God. Dude, everybody shut up, all right? Everybody shut your goddamn pie hole, for heaven's sake, all right? I thought I was doing some totally useless news. I had no idea. Ghost's granny's condom. All right, this is not the Ghost Show, all right? That's tomorrow, asshole. All right? That's tomorrow. Jesus Christ. All right. Did y'all hear about this? Kermit the Frog actually delivered a commencement speech, and I thought it was a better commencement speech than Trump's. You know that? I'm not even joking around. All right, so that's where we're at. We got Kermit the Frog for this fucking cartoon man-child generation giving commencement speeches. Yeah, that's great. That's just great. Anyway, we got Belligerent Brian. I once got I love you tattooed on my schlong. My girlfriend got angry and accused me of trying to put words in her mouth again. Ha ha, touche. I got it. All right. Anyway, folks, hold on. Let me read a couple more Buy Me a Coffees. No, I think we're done, right? Oh, I got one more. We got Mark, who said, are you really sure about Elon Musk? He's a South African. After all, he could sell us out to the Chinese. I do agree with your rant. Excellent job as always. I mean, look, if he would have sold us out to the Chinese, I think he would have let Trump do what he wants to do. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, because Trump's policies are complete accelerationist destruction of America. And what Elon Musk is opposing is the acceleration of the destruction of America. Now, could his motives have ulterior motives? Sure. But in my personal view, I'm willing to take the risk with the richest man in the world and his buddies, who are the richest people in the world, and them residing in America, wanting to do work for America, wanting to keep their products in America, and wanting to continue to pay taxes in America. So I'll trust those guys before I trust Trump, who put us all in lockdown and put fucking poison in our arms and all that shit, even though I didn't get vaxxed, all right? Anyway, folks, I want to say cheers to everybody out there. Great day in America, all right? It looks like the boomers are on their way out, and it looks like a new generation is trying to step up and stake their fucking claim, and I'm talking about Gen X. All right, I'm talking about Gen X. So, Elon Musk, if you're out there, let's have a beer, buddy. All right, I will face reveal and dox myself if Elon Musk comes either over to my house or one of my businesses, and I'll say cheers to you, baby. All right? Balls. All right? Fucking balls. Fucking balls, dude. I'll drink to that. And yeah, I'll unblock you, belligerent Brian. Anyway, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Once again, tomorrow, Ghost Show, Baller Friday. No Vaughn stream. Don't try to donate for it or any of that shit. And if you trolls think that you're going to migrate to another chat room, it's easy as hell to block on any of these other platforms, all right? It's easy as hell. Anyway, folks, I want to say cheers to everybody out there. Great day in America, June 5th, 2025. It will be a day that will go down in American history. And by the way, impeach Trump! Impeach Trump! All right? Everybody out there call for it. Everybody out there tweet it. Put it on your social media. Impeach Trump. I mean, that's what Elon Musk is calling for. I mean, can you believe that? Cheers to Elon Musk calling for the fucking impeachment. For the fucking impeachment of Donald Trump. That's going to be some great political theater, huh? That's going to be some great political theater. Anyway, baby, I appreciate each and every one of you, and all of you magatards. Keep molding, baby. Keep molding. And all you MAGA grifters, your days are numbered, so you better get yourself a goddamn resume and try to get yourself a job in this Trump tariff America, you piece of crap. Hey, hold on. I gotta get one more here. Cheers, Drunkler, who said Musk wouldn't be caught dead in one of your thrift store dumps. Oh, yeah? Well, you may be surprised there, buddy. To Gen X, baby. To Gen X fucking staking their fucking claim. All right? Cheers to the PayPal Mafia. I'm out of here. Woo!